I'm going to call the July 14th, 2021 Berlin Historic District Commission meeting to order. And if there's no changes or additions, we'll have a motion to approve the agenda.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second the motion.
We don't have minutes yet, we'll do those the next time. Okay. The first case is 8-4-21-14, and that's for the Tadab, Bruder Home building at 18 North Main. And is that here? Agree? Okay. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll put this one aside in case he comes in late. Okay, that's fine. I'm just trying to find the right.
Carol is calling in now.
Okay. We'll have case number 7-14-21-15, and that's for the Globe, the property alongside Gay Street. Hi there, how are you?
Good, how are you?
We're doing fine, we're glad to see you.
Is this how this works?
Yes, you sit right there. You're in the hot seat. Nornie, I'm going to start with you because you've really taken the lead on this.
Well, let's hear, go ahead, you explain to our commission what you have in mind here, what you want to do.
So the black fence that is in that partition right now, where we have the back door that we use a lot for loading and unloading all the musical equipment, taking in orders, everything like that, has fallen over, it's overgrown, it's dry rotted, and it's not functional.
Right.
And with the amount of traffic I have in that back area, and because of the heat, the sunlight, and just the general overall look of that back area, I wanted to improve on. I see all the hard work that Buzz Meadery's doing, how they look, and I see how Pops look, and it's very cleaned and refined. Salon 16 has that great sign, and then you look at us and we're an eyesore. So what I'm proposing is taking what I saw to be functional, clean, and easy to maintain, is mimicking the back of the pool on the beach on 94th Street with the slotted fence, a foot off the ground, another foot above the fence, and then an awning just over part of that back area.
Okay, well is that what this picture, is that?
Right, so that's an example of that. That is the back. If you look at the other one towards the back, that has the bigger shot of it, where you can see the kegs lined up on the right-hand side, and then you can see the actual back of Bourne Beach. It's all the way at the bottom. Yes, Caroline.
This one?
Yes, sir. So that is back at Bourne Beach. So you can see where they have the fence, the little awning over the top. But this would be just an actual fence that would go down Gay Street on our side with a loading and unloading gate that we could have there secured and just kind of, like I said, clean out all that.
And it would be high enough that the empty kegs and all that just lays.
Oh, God.
You can put what you want, but then one will.
So if you see the rack over there on this picture all the way to the far right.
Yeah.
So with this, I'll be able to construct something like that behind the gate to just manage that area and police that area and capitalize on the space that I have out there. But like you said, like now nobody has to see it. It's not, all discombobulated. You can just have like a nice clean block. Because it drives me crazy. So.
Okay. What type of awning were you going to Are you gonna put an awning like we have on Main Street?
Like a fabric on
The
it?
period style, well, some of them are not fabric, but
If I-
period style awning, well, have you just, I mean,
I was kind of looking for you guys to tell me what you want the look is. 'Cause there is a certain kind of.
Is an awning a true necessity there? Just-
It is.
Okay.
That helped because I have my ice machine there and I have my HVAC unit right there.
And the only reason why I asked as you mentioned, an eyesore to that. So to cover up the walking traffic, the driving by traffic, that fence would do that.
Right.
But if an awning is an absolute necessity there, then yeah, it's a big ordeal for us to determine what fits the era of this building, what fits the era and the times, and what would look right there.
Right.
We have approved simple, basic tent awnings, I guess, maybe we call them that, that are removable. But with the ice machine that I see there, or the walk-in with something on top of it, I think something like that you need air flowing through for that to be able to operate. So how
Right.
tall up would that have to go?
Just to create a cover, just to keep it out of the sun. And my problem is that there was the same ice machine at the brewery.
Right.
The socket overheated and there's no fail-safe on those machines, and the brewery could have burnt down if nobody had seen it or noticed it. And that's because it's exposed to the elements, it's exposed to the rain, it's exposed to the sun, drying out everything after it's soaking wet. I have no problem doing whatever kind of roof you guys want on there.
Right.
But if we could make that a
But
necessity.
you definitely want to construct something other than a canvas or something like that. So you want something
Or we
constructed.
could do a canvas, just a cover, that's all I just want to cover. I'm not necessarily concerned exactly what kind of cover it is.
As you're speaking and throwing around ideas, I was thinking of when Justine came in front of us with her restaurant and what she did, we all were a little apprehensive, but I think it came out, it looks very well, and so
but that kind of material really collects the sun. Yeah, I don't think that plastic would be.
We also approved it with Globe back
Right.
in the Tim's Tiki Hut has that.
Similar
that-
as
yeah,
well.
have that same.
But you're
roof right
saying
there.
that structurally, that's not a good idea, is that what I'm hearing?
No, not structurally,
Competition?
it's just that once they got it, I mean, the sun, right, Laura, isn't the sun really, cause
Oh,
it
yeah,
really
crack?
cause, and I don't know whether.
No, just to be underneath of it.
Oh, under
under an
top.
ice machine, because the young couple with the Berlin Commons, and that's what we had approved for them, and with last week when they came, we let them change to a different, like a camp, because it was gonna be too hot.
Okay.
Well, and also, we're talking about an ice machine here as opposed to people standing underneath of it. If they choose for that, those other roofs are clear, so sun does come from, maybe that's why it's hot. If they put a green one or a tin one or something like that, I think they're gonna get shade enough for the ice machine.
Okay.
Maybe not for you and I to stand under it because there's no ventilation there as far as wind blowing.
Well, I
But-
think the tin idea, they replicate something with Main Street.
Yeah, that's-
Very small, but it would be the same.
Because we're talking about the same, even if it was different material, if we're talking tin here, the tin looking roof.
Would look nice.
That's what Bull is. So Bull and Beach, behind that fence, they have their ice machine and they have 2 backup generators back there. And they also have an exhaust fan for the kitchen. And what happens is that it blocks off, the ice machine from, the elements, it blocks it off from foot traffic. It kind of gets everything out of the way, but you're talking about the longevity of these things by not encasing them, but protecting them a little bit from the elements. And I understand what you're saying about the wind coming in there, but it helps it more to keep it out of the sun than.
Yeah, I don't think wind's gonna be an issue.
Yeah.
Once you fence it, you're fine. It's not like, right now, trash, stuff like that may blow in there because
Right.
that's the wind pockets where everything settles. But once you do a fence and something up top, I don't think that the wind is an issue.
Right.
I was trying to make the point of the clear, like on Tim's tiki hut,
Right.
is hot, probably because the sun's coming through it, where if you have a tin roof and
Right.
it's casting shade,
Right.
instead of letting sun come through, I think that you guys
Right.
there.
Okay.
And I just, I guess I would need to know or need to see how that would be attached to the building.
Yeah, I think, we would like to see exactly for that, what materials and so forth and so on. But at least tonight, the fencing thing. When I came up and met with you on the day that you were with Dave, we talked about the trellis area. Remember I said when those roses were in bloom, how pretty. Are you going to leave that and just kind of paint it, or because I don't look at it real close, but do you think that wood is deteriorated there? What's your opinion?
So the problem with that is that the rose bush on the left died, but the rose bush on the right is still thriving. And what's going on is that it's growing through this trellis, and it's a little heartbreaking to, think about cutting that whole thing out, because it's an old rose bush.
Yeah.
I could see taking out the other half of the trellis, and maybe doing something
Well,
like that. or-
that day I told you, I had seen a need to replace that, in my opinion. Because the flowers, when they were in bloom, it was really pretty. And if the wood was, if you could leave that, just whatever you paint, just throw some paint on it,
Yeah.
so it's all freshened up.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have an issue with the trellis?
I just have questions.
Go ahead. Well, wait, what was that?
Oh, I don't, I had a question about the fence.
Okay, Robert, go ahead.
I'm like the sixth person in my even allowed to comment on this.
But yes.
I was just gonna ask if the fence would be the same as what's at the other end, like
Oh,
house
yes,
and Tim's.
yes.
So it's gonna all match or?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
According to your plan, the fence is 6 feet high, right? According to what's on this sketch.
Yes.
Okay, the trellis is coming out of the building, right? Is it going to start from under these windows and pitch out over?
No, just, so where, can I?
Yeah, sure.
The back of the wall and then it replaced.
So I wanted to bring up a whiteboard to kind of show you guys. So what happens is the wall here, there's a recess, so this goes back.
Right.
So all I was gonna do was from this corner to the building, that's all I was gonna cover.
Or you put the trellis there?
No, not the trellis.
I mean the awning.
The awning, yes, yes. So I'm not talking about putting awning over this
I
or
was
this or
confused
anything
on
like
that
this.
too then.
It's just this area.
And it's going to end, so it's going to end how many feet over the fence?
Whatever gives me enough pitch.
All right,
Just to
whatever
run
you
the
need, so
motor
it's going to be
off.
aerated?
Yes.
Okay, that's all I need.
No, I knew that they did,
I wasn't
but that's okay. No, that's fine.
Sorry about that.
But the fence is going to go all the way up to the olive oil store?
Yes, and then,
And then down.
yeah, and
All the way
then down.
To where the building comes back out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question about Cliff Cannon's building? Did I understand that's going to be torn down, or I missed the point?
It's, I believe that it's been condemned, or it will be, from talking with Dave. It
So-
can't be repaired, that's why Cassandra moved her business.
Okay, so the Cannon Estate still owns that property or the land, or who owns the land? I'm just curiosity. Since we're
No,
about-
I don't know if they're a relative or of Mr. Can's, but the person
You
owns
know
it
who
does
it is,
not
I know
live,
who it is.
they don't live in town, but.
They live in Florida.
Yes.
Some, they have an apartment, they come here in the summer, live in a condo across from the cleaners. I know. Okay, so it's a rental property, so he'll have the land there, and then whatever he do with that little bit of land, maybe sell it to you all.
Well, I
Well,
think,
in a perfect world, yeah.
yeah,
So if you, the back of the fence that will go, so basically, this building, we see that as being condemned. We talked to a few people that said it's being condemned. In the perfect world, yes, we would like to purchase that and just continue that fence all the way back down that side. Just maybe have, a to-go stand for food to sell that way, or maybe a front patio or something like that, but that's way in the future and that's a big what if. But,
I'm looking at it, sitting in front of
Yeah, I'm not so sure the gentleman's decided we must do it properly, but anyhow, my question,
Feedback.
have you decided, and we didn't tell you what color, but I'm just wondering, if you had decided on a color, when you stand and look right at the front of the globe, and you've got two brick pieces on either side that are painted that real pretty darker blue,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? Again, it's my opinion, but I think that color blue would look nice, but I'm not sure, what you all were thinking. Have you decided?
Do you mean like the whole building that color?
No, the fence, the fence.
Oh, the fence, no. So I was
the
gonna,
fence.
I was gonna keep the fence the same as what it looks like with Tiki Tim's, because at the same time, it looks the same as the Buzz Beater. There's a correlation kind of between all the wood there, and it
You're
kind
not
of looks
gonna,
uniform.
you're not gonna paint that, you're gonna leave that raw wood?
Just like that.
What are you gonna do about the trellis then? How are you gonna make it?
I'll paint it that blue, and I'll do the roof that blue.
No. If you're gonna paint that big trellis, and you're gonna leave, I don't think it will look right.
Okay.
I don't want to disagree, but I think that the fence will look all the same. Like, they should do whatever they do, the TV tunes in a way, like, won't that be consistent going
Yeah.
right down?
So your eye doesn't jump.
Yeah.
Well, I just figured they, the whole
Or
thing.
stain it or something, so it all looks.
Well, everything will be improvement.
Yeah, but just so I'm straight on the fence,
Yes.
what you're talking, so you're gonna go from the corner here, it's gonna attach here, just like what the existing fence did, and it's gonna come down behind this, which I was misunderstanding.
If I come out a foot on that corner,
Uh-huh.
where you're saying by the door all the way in the back,
Here.
if I come off a foot there and run it straight back
You'll hit
all
that
the way,
corner.
I'll have a walkway to get around that cooler to that compressor, so it'll be just wide enough, but it won't
Yes,
go.
that was, I was gonna ask Jeff, maybe he knew how far out can he go there,
I do not know.
Is it true that the property line goes to the light pole, or is that not?
That's
He
why.
should Brian should look at his survey of the property down when he bought it.
I really don't know, that's why.
You can see where the,
I've been out there, and I believe where that light pole is the property line.
But he should have survey when he bought it, and that should at least show it if there's no survey station. But I don't know, I have no clue.
So, well, I mean, I'm thinking, so what you're applying for now is the fence. I like the idea of the fence.
Oh, absolutely.
And
Yeah, absolutely.
covering that up, even, is the back 6 foot tall, or was that 8 foot? The round tiki pen?
8 foot. That's
Can
it.
this be 8?
Yeah, I would love that.
You know,
Yeah.
I like the same height, I like it being higher, hides more,
Right.
because that's, yeah. And that's basically what we're doing here.
Because Carolyn's telling me that the code does say 6 foot.
It has to be 6 foot?
Well, then how is the other 8?
It might be 6. I mean, I'm guessing here. I'm not looking.
I don't think it's 8, no.
Because code says 6.
Okay.
So the other thing with this is, for me, for cleanup, for functionality,
Yeah.
the fence on the back of Bull on the Beach floats. So it's like 6 inches off the ground in between the two posts. And there's a railroad tie that goes underneath it, that blocks all the trash and everything going underneath it, but eventually you collect so much dirt, and you have to clean back there, that it's easy to move those railroad ties and power wash out there and just be able to wash everything out, you know?
I mean, I think we're all, at least, I think it's a great idea, you can cover that up
Awesome.
in the best way you can, and personally, it's a fence, it's removable, it can always be taken down at any given time,
Right.
so, I mean, I really. don't-
Are your gates gonna be like down at the bar area, down the street, the gate that you said you have?
So the gate will actually go, not where it is right now, it will go down in front of the cooler that's out and we're gonna pour concrete and lay it and continue that pad out, but just have a nice, large loading area behind the fence, but also large enough so we can come in the other way with all the music, instruments and all that kind of stuff whenever we have live shows.
But is the gate going to be on Gay Street or is that what?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and is it, what's it going to look, I mean, what kind of gate are you putting?
I'm thinking of a double hinge, just, it's gonna be a two-door that opens all the way and gets fastened to the fence.
Okay.
So looking just like the fence, and part of the fence opens. basically.
Yeah.
That's-
But that way it's not, but have it locked, have the hinges go all the way so they're not sticking out into Gay Street when traffic's going by.
And you'll be able to lock it from like the inside to keep people like, trying to get in there during the night or something like that.
And at night, yes, by all means, but this was also to make it easier I have to make it easy for the electric company to come in and read the meter, because that's right there next to the ice machine. So during the day, that will be unlocked so they can get in there.
Oh, yeah, but I'm
Yeah,
just.
but at
thinking,
night, at
yeah,
nighttime, it'll definitely be locked, padlocked.
After you leave, which is always
Yeah.
late anyhow.
Yeah.
Now, you called me, you said something about brick. Did you decide not to do that?
Just because we already have the concrete poured back there, those bricks are old, and we'd like to keep those for maybe something else.
Okay,
you know.
that's fine, that's
Yeah.
fine, okay. All right, well, folks, any more questions? Go ahead.
Is this application just for the fence and not the awning?
Yes, well, I mean, the awning is on here, but we really need to specifically see the dimensions
Because I was
of the
wondering, like,
material.
most of the awnings in town are like the nice metal awnings.
That's
back
what
with
you-
the brackets, so I was wondering if you're gonna do something like matching that style,
That's
or if
what-
you're gonna go something different.
No,
I thought we were
want-
talking about that.
Yeah, he's gonna do
Yeah.
the.
So that is, I mean, that's the only thing that we would probably eliminate from, on a vote on what we agree on, because we would just need to see exactly what the awning's gonna look like.
Is there an awning in town that you see, or is the
You
overhang?
go right down Main Street.
They're all
Just
pretty
go
much the
right
same.
down, all
They are,
period.
But you just have to present it to us to how it's gonna look on your building.
Right.
That you follow. So we know exactly what's gonna be there, how it's gonna look. And we like all of these, because they all look the same. It's the awning with the bar, brace bar going up the outside, and holding it up.
Cool, good.
So, I mean, it'll be almost a no-brainer for it, but you just have to bring it, show it to that.
That's fine. Yeah, I can do
At
that.
our next meeting, we'll probably be thinking, but I mean, there's nowhere.
And Dave has information in his office, or I can get information too, of where you have a need. I mean, it's not a hardship to do them because several people have just put new ones up. So I really think that will look nice. I really
think
think
it'd be
that.
blue.
Yeah.
Right.
That would look good.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion.
Go ahead. Anybody, wait, Alan, are you, any questions?
your building.
I understand that, but that's okay. You're certainly entitled to ask a question. If everybody is okay, let's go ahead.
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we approve 7-14-21-15, just being the fence coming of 1 foot off of the corner of that building to extend down, what is that, northward to that next building.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Okay, very good, thank you.
So, just, I'm gonna get working on the fence, and then I will get you guys basically a blueprint of what I'm gonna do for the awning.
Yes.
I'll wait on that, and then once you guys get that, we'll go. Perfect.
All right,
Thank you all very
thank
much.
Thank you.
Please let us know if we can help you with anything, okay?
I got your number.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Your first case is not gonna happen tonight.
Okay, they're just gonna reschedule?
Yes.
Okay.
He
Well,
wanted to be in August, he just sent me a text.
that's fine. Okay, and our last case, 7-14-21-16. Let's see. Hunter, where are you for our beautiful flowers across the street?
Hi.
Hi there.
How are you holding up in the seat, Hunter?
What's that?
I said, how are you
Oh.
holding up in the seat?
It's pretty tough.
Just pretend like you're on the beach, right?
Yeah. But
It looks very nice.
thank
Handsome.
you.
You've got some sweet young college kids working over there too. I sat
Yeah.
one day and talked with Betsy, and I think we sat and talked for a long time.
Oh, good.
Girls, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of nice employees that seem to be very happy to be there.
Yeah.
And just off the record, I got the biggest marigold I've ever seen in my life there. It's like this, it's huge and beautiful.
Yeah.
The flowers are like this big and bright orange, beautiful. So thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay, I think you all are familiar with the drive-through window over there at the old PNC Bank. And if you want to explain real quick what you want to do.
Yes, so this is just a quick sketch that I did when I was submitting my packet. But the idea is to leave the bank window because I've had a lot of people say how they love the idea that it was a bank. And ideally, we would love to use the delivery drawer, but I don't think that's actually in working order anymore. But we want to replace the window that's currently bulletproof glass. It's very thick with a sliding glass window. And on the picture of the actual window that it is right now, it's like a aluminum, like a satin finished aluminum. So basically, the window people will be putting in a window custom fit to that, so they wouldn't be building in anymore or anything like that to make it like a standard. So, and then it would just be sliding. It should be three, well, I guess it looks like three separate panels and when it's slid open, but it's actually two separate panels. I think everybody has that.
Okay.
So.
And what are you going to be doing?
We want to use that space. Well, I really want it to look very gardeny inside, and just to use it for, we have right now a refrigerator in there, and we want to sell lemonade and water and tea that's already like pre-made and packaged. We don't want to make anything. And then we also want to be able to use that window, hopefully in the cooler months, and also in the hotter months to kind of have like refuge away from the elements. So the trailer works fine, but in this we would be able to put heaters and air conditioners.
Okay.
That's basically the idea. And there's a restroom in there as well, so,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
And you've talked to Mike and he's fine with?
Yes, yeah, I did talk to Mike, he loves that idea. It kind of makes more sense right now for us, instead of trying to build out anything, just kind of replacing that window.
Okay. Robert?
I'm fine with the whole project.
Alan? Anybody down this way have questions?
Done a lovely job.
Oh, it is, it's such
Nice to
an
see
asset,
green
yes.
downtown. Nice to
Yes.
see all the green.
Oh,
Is your mom
we
still
should be
helping
excited
you
for
garden?
fall, so.
Is your mom still helping you?
Oh,
grow
yeah.
flowers and
Yeah,
stuff?
a little bit, yeah, they help me water, we've been watering a lot, it's just too much right now, but, yeah, we're doing all of our own grown flowers now for there as well, so,
Perfect.
yeah.
Okay, then let's entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion to approve 7/14/2116.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to see
You
you.
too, thanks so much.
Thanks everyone for having this extra meeting this month, but I'm excited that everybody will get the opportunity to get going, especially on the Gay Street. It's really gonna look nice. Yeah.
You know, I just thought that it's Pete Patrick owns that property. Pete Patrick from Salisbury, Dr. Christensen, remember Christensen was family consultants. They've owned that for a long time.
Did I meet her?
Yes.
I guess that she must not. Carolyn, is there anything that you would like for us to know about? Staff comments? Okay, Jeff?
No.
Thank you, Jeff, for being with us this evening. We're grateful.
Carol, I have one thing that I wanted to bring up.
Certainly get right ahead.
For the Atlantic, when we got the grant money, we did sod, we bought some furniture, and John wanted uplighting on the roof of the Atlantic, just to illuminate the top of the hotel a little. So Dale came and did it. And I just thought it was gonna be, flat lights, but you can actually see them a little bit on the outside of the Atlantic. I mean, if you were looking for them, and I'm just mentioning it because you can see them if you go up and you know you're looking for a light. But they're those little black, and they're hooked to the roof of the Atlantic. But the lighting itself is extremely subtle.
And it's beautiful.
It looks beautiful, but I think it's especially beautiful because it is so subtle. Like,
Yeah.
when I first looked, I thought, is it on? It's that subtle.
Yeah.
But I wanted to mention it in case anybody would like to go by there and just in your free time, just take a look at those lights. Because I was surprised, that there was anything showing. But now that it is, a little black light up to the top, I just would like everybody
Was it
to
the
take a
corners?
look.
No, it's on the
There's-
front.
I think there might
It's
be
on the
4 of
second
them.
floor. You have to
And
really,
they're on the outside. And, if you think that there's any kind of problem, you could paint them the color of the roof or, worst case scenario. Paint them
There's
down
so many
some.
people downstairs on the porch, right? You
Well,
guys probably.
It's hard to see it anyway because the trees have gotten so big
Yeah.
that the branches are kind of covering it. I only saw it because I was, I'm on this commission. And when I saw it, I was like, you can see them. And so I just want everybody to know about it and just
I
go
think
take a look.
in the stark winter, that's really gonna set the hotel off. That's really.
That's what I was thinking,
Yeah.
because then it's dark earlier.
Mhm.
And when you come around the corner, from like William Street, you're gonna see it.
Yeah, because like you say right now with the trees and everything, it's almost like it's always been that way. But I think in the dark winter, it'll look
And
really.
Where are
It's
these lights? Where do you put the fixtures?
Well, they're on the roof of the hotel shining up.
okay,
Not the
gotcha.
roof, the porch roof.
The porch roof.
But
So,
you don't
you
even know they're there.
You probably won't, like, if I didn't tell you, you probably wouldn't.
Probably
notice.
not yet.
But, the bottom is already lit by, regular lighting. But now, there's little lights along the roof, I think there's 4, and they shine up. So now the hotel will stand out a little
Well,
more.
Laura, it is a flagship of our
It is,
little
and it
town.
should.
If it wasn't for that, we wouldn't have all these other
It just
little
glows.
businesses.
It glows
Yeah, I
a
think
little,
it should
like,
have a
I
little
love that it's
special
subtle
aura.
too, because it doesn't, it's not screaming out, here I am either. It's pretty.
Well,
I
when you
feel
ride
like-
around town, so many people are doing,
Upline.
well, no, everybody's taking such pride in property.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
more
just
than ever.
amazing. Town is, everybody gets all their projects. It's just gonna be beautiful. I'm very excited.
It is very-
It's like I mentioned probably a few meetings ago. It seems like all the young couples who are coming into town, buying up these old houses, they're doing a wonderful
Oh,
job
that one on
fixing up
Washington
these
by you,
houses.
in South Main in Washington,
Yeah,
looks great.
we're very
Right now,
fortunate.
And color,
I went into that, it's unbelievable.
Good.
It's so beautiful.
Yes,
Yeah.
great.
I mean, it's not done yet, but
You can see
what they're doing
everything.
is so good.
Can I bring something up about this from last week?
Real quick, because this will be a year
Yeah,
more
well,
before we
I
probably
was
talk
reading,
about it.
I read this, here it says, the drawings will share a preliminary vision of the project with the committee. Now, when I look through the book, here they show a vision.
Very preliminary is what.
It's very, hopefully it was very preliminary, because this is a very ultra-modern building, it's going to be in the historic district.
I don't
Now,
either.
I was talking to Nornie before the meeting a little bit, and in my travels in Italy, there's towns that we visit that are 1,000 years old, all right, 700 years older than towns here in the United States. And they've taken literally old buildings, and they put modern windows in, and the way they design them, you can never know they're modern windows. They do wonderful jobs using
Black steel.
economically efficient windows and doors, and they incorporate into these historic homes, and they still look beautiful and historic. I've also seen in some towns how they take some historic neighborhoods, and occasionally they'll stick in like a little modern looking building. Now, does it look good, doesn't, that's an opinion of each individual
Depends on
to
the
make.
quality. I would say
Okay.
that you get the European ones, and you have stone, you have black steel and the nice glass, but if you have what I'm gonna call the dressmaker details, the quality fabric or built with that, that's what gives it the really good look. It has to be quality. I would say right now, what's next, or Pops, that still looks like a western town to me. That architecture to me, whatever we look at, and I look at it today, I still think of the town
You're
out in
talking about
Wyoming or
Pops?
Colorado. Yes.
Talking about Pops,
Yeah,
yeah.
the architecture is really not in keeping with Victorian or downtown Berlin. I'm trying to go back and think how in the world I remember looking at it
Right.
originally, thinking it was going to look like a cowboy town. So we are already getting, I agree with what you're saying, but I think the quality is what when you interject and bring in present day with historic, it's a quality of the material that
Quality
has
material,
to be.
and they can interject some historic elements
Yes.
into the construction.
Corbel,
Yeah,
stone,
that's something
whatever.
that I think we should take into consideration when this application comes in.
Yeah.
Was that little sidewall on Pops on the original drawing that we approved? You know, like there's a metal or there's a wall that's on the patio of Pops. It's like almost like a divider, so you can see. I was wondering,
I saw that.
I have to ride by, I don't get out as much as I want, I'll ride by it.
I don't
but
know.
It is
I
where
don't-
you would go to just
I don't
kind of-
know when that was put in, or,
Yeah.
but
I think it looks
I did,
new.
yeah, I noticed that too.
Well, if it's new, then we're gonna have to find out. And I'll ride by there too. So thank you for telling me. I bet the Berlin Commons area, those young people, the sod and the plants and everything, they're really making an effort too.
I would only speculate, and I'm just speculating on this, what I saw there, maybe to prevent some skateboarding and stuff that happens.
Right.
You know what I
I
mean?
mean, I see the necessity for it, I was just wondering.
I did notice that too, and I was like, I couldn't tell if it was new or not.
I mean, it's fair.
Yeah, 'cause see, we have that at the library, they get on the porch there at the library and jump off, and it's an issue, so. All right, if no one else has anything, we'll call for adjournment.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Of course,
I'll
you
second,
All
I'll
right.
second.
Thank you folks very much.
Thank you, Carolyn.
I apologize for my lateness,
Sorry,
everyone.
Thank you, Jeff, for sitting there.
You're here. Oh, absolutely.
Make some noise over there.
Cut your
No.
Good to see you.
Bye, everybody. Bye.